Lovely to see you all this morning. The heating has been on, so it's not as cold as it was. Was it last Monday it was freezing? Or was it, no, Wednesday it was freezing as well. So let's make a start with the feet together onto your mats. And you bring that attention down to the feet. Spreading the feet, lift all the toes up away from the mats. Separate the toes and then just place them back down. And you're feeling where that weight lays, not in the front of the foot, not in the heel, somewhere around the middle. And then as you start to straighten up, the crown of the head is reaching up towards the ceiling. We're all going to take those shoulders, roll them up to the ears, round and down, so the hands hang by the sides. There's a softness in the breath, softness in the face, softness across the forehead. We try to breathe through the nose throughout the duration of our practice this morning. So on your next inhale, let's take those arms and lift them up towards the ceiling, reaching up, find your palms above your head, then the backs, and on the exhale, let's float the arms down. Second time, inhale, lifting the arms upwards. Palms, backs, and exhale, bring the arms down. And on the third time, we're going to lift the arms and we lift the heels. We reach to the ceiling with the fingertips as you lift up high, and then as you let the breath out, bring the arms back down to the sides and the heels back down to the floor. Let's warm up by taking the feet apart. Make sure the toes are pointing forward. We clasp the hands, we push the palms forward and lift those hands up to the ceiling. So now you're pushing up through the wrist. Reach up, inhale, draw the tummy in. Exhale, bring the arms to hang down towards the floor. Let your head hang down towards your hands, and there's a stretch in the backs of the legs. Now take those hands, lift them back up to the ceiling. Inhale, push the palms up. Exhale, move the little fingers as far back as you can. And then come back into the middle. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side stretch over to the right. Reach. And back into the middle. Inhale, lift. And exhale, over to the left. Again, stretching and reaching. And back into the middle. Inhale, reach up. On the exhale, turn around to the right and gaze behind you. Come back into the middle. Inhale, we lift the hands high. And then exhale, around to the left. Gaze behind you. And then come back to the middle. Release your arms, bring your feet together and just dangle yourself forward. And then coming back up into a standing position, we're going to take those hands and bring them together in front of us. On an inhale, we take the arms as wide as we can, feel the chest travels forward and we gaze upwards. And on the exhale, feel like you're rounding the back, towards the back of the room as you look down to your toes. Again, on the inhale, wide arms, chest forward. Exhale, pull that tummy in, look down to the toes. One more. Inhale, wide arms, chest forward. And then exhale, look down to the toes. Bring the hands together. Lift the hands up above the head. And then we're going to circle them round and down. So as you inhale, bring those arms forward and up. As you exhale, take them round and down. Second time, forward and up on the inhale. Round and down on the exhale. Third time, lifting them up. And circling them down. Now we're going to take that the other way. So we're going to take them back and up as you inhale, forward and down on the exhale. Second time round. Big circles with those shoulders. And then one more. Inhale, reaching up and back. And then exhale, bring your arms by the sides. Take your hands behind you and clasp your hands behind your back. Reach your knuckles to the rear of the room. Feel your shoulders move back. Have no tension in the neck here. On an inhale, we're going to lift those hands high. And on the exhale, lower the thumbs towards the bottom. Second time, inhale, reaching up. And exhale, lower down. Third time, inhale, reach the hands high. And then as you exhale, bend the knees. Take your chest down towards your thighs. Let your head hang to the floor. And then pull your knuckles towards the ceiling. If we can, straighten the knees here, we do. If not, keep the knees bent. Keep pulling those knuckles back, first of all, and then lifting them up. And then lift the head, come back up into a standing position. Take those hands, lift them up above the head. Get hold of your elbows above your head. Now take your feet pigeon toes, so heels a little bit wider than your big toes. Reach with the elbows. These shoulders will now come up to the ears. We're going to inhale here. And on the exhale, pull those elbows all the way forward. And once again, we're going to hang forward and down. The forearms now pull down towards the floor. And the top of the head, the chin goes towards the chest. The head hangs down. Stretch up the backs of the legs once again. Release your hands and take your hands either to your big toes or to your legs. You're going to inhale, just look forward towards me, and then exhale, gently coming into a forward bend. So maybe if you've got hold of your big toes, you pull your elbows to the side, your fingertips can start to creep underneath your toes, or you're reaching to your legs just to draw yourself forward and down. And then hands to the hip, lift the head and slowly take your time, come back up into the middle. Great. Bring your heels together and you're going to start working the thighs a little. So first of all, we're going to have the knees quite close together. Lift the arms up. Palms are facing each other, shoulder width apart. Inhale. Exhale, you bend the knees. Feel like you're sitting in a chair. Now try and bring that weight back a little towards the heels. Try and tuck the tailbone under and you're lowering the bottom down. On an inhale, we move the thumbs backwards. On an exhale, we take the bottom lower. On an inhale, engage through the abs. And on an exhale, we take the bottom lower. Again, inhale, move the thumbs back. Exhale, get low. Inhale, tummy in. And exhale, get low. As you stand up, we're going to lift our right knee up with us. And maybe we reach our hands down to get hold of that knee. If you want to make your way to a wall to balance, then do so. Pull that thigh in towards the tummy. Keep your eyes fixed onto the floor in front of you. We're going to take hold of that knee with the right hand as we take that knee out to the right. Bring your left fingertips to the left hip. And then coming back into the middle, we're going to pull the knee higher and reach the arms up. Once again, keep pulling that knee up. Take an inhale. On the exhale, come back into that chair. So bending the knees, lower down. Go straight into the other side. So lifting up with the left now. Keep pulling that knee upwards. Then take those hands, grab hold of that knee or the shin and start to bring that thigh in closer towards the tummy. Eyes are fixed onto the floor in front of you. Keep pulling that knee in. And then left hand to the inside of the left leg, right fingertips to the right hip as you open that leg to the side. Bring it back into the middle, hugging it in, and then take those arms, lift them back up, inhale. Exhale, come back into your chair as you squat, and then again come up, and we're going to lift our right knee. Okay, so can keep the arms lifted, or we bring them down towards our hips because we're going to extend that leg forward. So you're going to extend the leg forward and bend it in with breath. Let's inhale forward. Exhale, bring it in. And again, inhale forward. Exhale, bring it in. This time as we take it forward, we hold it here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend it in, foot to the floor. Going to the other side, lifting now that left knee. And again, let's inhale, extend forward. Exhale, fold in. Again, inhale forward. Exhale in and hold. So we take it forward and we hold here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend it in. Take the foot to the floor and just take a breather. A quick drink. Okay. So now we're going to bring the leg forward, but we take it back into the flying balance. So might be advisable if you kind of turn sideways. That side might want to face in that way, that side want to face in this way, just so you don't kick anyone behind you. And we're going to start once again with the arms above the head, palms are facing in. We take the weight onto the left foot, we're going to lift the right knee up. We're going to inhale, stack that knee in. And then as you exhale, you're going to take the leg behind you and you're going to lean forward. Extend the leg behind you. Big toe is down towards the floor, heel pulled back. Come back to that start position. So as you inhale, bring that knee into the chest, reaching the arms up higher. On an exhale again, we lower the chest, lower the arms and reach the foot back. And on the inhale, we bring that knee in, reach the arms up to the ceiling. This time, we're going to take the leg back, lower the chest, the arms, and we stay here. So in our warrior three, we reach the arms forward, looking in between the hands or down to the floor. Reach the leg back behind you. Make sure the big toe is pointing down to the floor and trying to straighten that leg. Good. Take an inhale, lift both arms and legs a little higher. Then exhale, bring the hands down towards the mat. Reach now your right big toe up towards the ceiling, standing splits. Good. Try and straighten that leg as much as you can. With this leg lifted, we're going to circle the ankle. So circle the foot one way. Yes, circle the foot the other way. Good. Point the toe down towards the floor, then up to the ceiling. So you're flexing and extending for an ankle. And then take a neutral position with the foot and just lift that leg up high. Keep lifting, lifting, lifting. And then lower the right foot down to the floor. Bring the hands to the hips as you stand back up into the center. Raise the arms back up above the head. Inhale, draw your left knee in. And we go again. Exhale, as you lean forward, you extend the leg behind you. Bring it in, lift the arms up on the inhale. And then exhale, lower arms, extend the leg back. One more, inhale, lift the arms, bring the knee in. And this time as we lower down, extend the leg back, we stay here for warrior three, Virabhadrasana 3. You're reaching the arms forward once again. Maybe bring that chest a little lower. Pull the heel towards the wall behind you. And then we're going to inhale, maybe lift the arms and legs just a little. Exhale, take the fingertips down to the floor. Well done. Lift, lift, lift that left leg high. With the left leg lifted, we're going to circle the ankle one way and circle the ankle the other way. We're going to extend and flex through the ankle so the big toe points down to the floor and then up to the ceiling. And then lifting that left leg as high as you can. Feel like you're splitting the legs. And then bring the left foot down towards the floor. Once again, the hands come to the hips to lift you up. Good. We might as well work while we're standing sideways like this. So let's bring our left foot forward and take our right foot back. Now make sure that right big toe is pointing up to that right corner of your mat. Good. Take your arms, lift them up above the head as you inhale. Exhale, we're going to bring those arms down. Now they're either going to come down to rest above the knee, below the knee, or down to the floor. Wherever you're reaching, pull the head forward towards that front edge of your mat. And it's on every exhale that you lower the chest and the head down towards that shin. If you've got hold of your ankle, your elbows move out to the sides and you're lowering down. Now we have no pain in the back of this left knee. Bend it if you find there's pain, but keep lowering yourself forward and down. Bring the hands onto the leg and walk those hands up the leg. This time we take the hands behind us. So we're going to clasp the hands behind you and reach the knuckles back. We're going to inhale, lift those hands up. And exhale, feel the chest travels forward and down first of all. When you feel you're starting to round the back, then you can start to look down towards the foot. Pull the knuckles up high. Lengthen through the neck. Make the neck really long. Feel like it's not the chin sticking forward, it's the top of the head coming forward to make the neck long. Those knuckles keep lifting up, and again, it's on that exhale you lower down. Again, no pain in that front leg. Have a small bend if you need to. Keep the tummy drawing in as you lower closer and closer. Good. Then lifting the head slowly and controlled. We come back up into the middle. You're going to step your right foot forward and take that left foot back. Left big toe, once again, is pointing up to that left corner of the mat. First of all, we inhale, reach the arms up. And on the exhale, reach them forward, then bring the hands down. Maybe they come straight down onto the floor, either side of that front foot, or again, reaching to the shin, the knee. So we try to straighten that front leg as much as you can, feeling the stretch down the back of that leg. Feel like you push down with your back foot as well. So take that left foot and just push it into the floor a little more. Drawing in that left knee upwards. The head pulls forward and then the chest hangs down. Use the breath. It's on the exhale you get lower. And then hands back onto the leg as you walk the arms up. As we take the hands behind you, take your non-habitual clasp. So whatever you usually take, the other little finger moves onto the outside. If this doesn't work, your hands part, or you have pain in your hands, then obviously take your habitual cross. But we're going to reach the knuckles back, lift the hands high, inhale here. Exhale again, coming forward and down, lead with the chest. Get the tummy close to the thigh, the chest, then the chin, the nose, the forehead goes down to that leg. Keep those knuckles reaching up. Adjust the legs as much as you need to. Try and put a little bit of weight in that back foot. Tummy in, and that helps you get lower. Using your exhale to get down. And then lifting the head, coming back up into the middle. And then stepping your feet back into the middle of the mat. Turn forward. And we'll go through triangle, reverse, etc., etc. So let's step the feet apart here. So you want your legs a good step apart. The length of your leg, so ankle to hip bone, is the length of the gap in between your feet. Bring your arms out to shoulder height and the palms face down. We're going to take that left foot and make sure it's pointing forward. We're going to take our right foot and make sure it's pointing to the right. The tummy comes in as we inhale. On the exhale, we lean to the right and then bring that right hand down to find the right leg, lifting that left arm up. If we can, we turn the head to look up towards that thumb. Again, try and get the length down the back of the neck so the chin tucks in slightly. The fingers are together here and it's that middle finger that's closest to the ceiling. As you reach up with every inhale, we then reach down with every exhale with that right hand. Again, just adjust that knee. If it's hurting, push the feet into the floor. Feel how the thighs respond. Keep reaching up with that top arm, but then see if you can take that side bend down. Feel you're not leaning forward or leaning back too much. Good, take another breath. See if you can reach all the way down towards the ankle. And then both arms come back up to a T. Taking your right foot now and pointing it forward. Taking your left foot and pointing it to the left. Tummy sucks in on your inhale, on your exhale, leading with your left hand. Reach over and then bring it down wherever it comes to. Reach up with the right hand. Turn the head. Again, chin tucking in ever so slightly, back of the neck long. Palm is like it's flat against a wall. Middle finger closest to the ceiling. Keep that tummy drawing in. As you inhale through the nose, you're reaching up. As you exhale, reach down with that left hand. Pushing to the floor with the feet. Keep the tummy drawing in. Taking another breath here. Reaching that left hand down. And then both arms come back up into the middle. Let's move it into the reverse. So stay with your feet apart. I'm going to just turn around so I can see you all. And we're going to turn all the way. So we turn on the heels, we turn the hips, the chest, everything to face the doors. Take your right hand and put it in the small of your back. Reach your left arm forward. Take an inhale. On the exhale, reach your left arm forward and bring your left hand down. Maybe it's coming down and getting hold of your shin. Maybe your fingertips will reach down to the floor. If the back of the mat feels a little bit far away, bring your arm forward towards the front edge of the mat. Then we take some weight onto that hand, and as you turn to look to the rear of the room, we can lift our right arm up higher. So as the right hand reaches up towards the ceiling, you're looking to the rear of the room. Keep the legs strong. That's it. Turn the palm so the palm reaches up towards that. The palm is towards the back of the room. Yes. Oh, did it there. And then as you inhale, extend the arm up and move that right shoulder towards me. Keep it moving back. Take that left shoulder, push it towards the rear of the room. Good. Take another breath here. And on the exhale, bring the hand back into the back. Bend your right knee to come out, and we'll go on to the other side. So bringing those arms out. If you are using blocks, taking them over to the other side. Turning those feet, again, all the way around. Turn the chest. Left hand into the back. Right arm forward. Tummy in. Inhale. Exhale. Reach, 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 reach. Maybe that hand gets hold of the leg securely, or fingertips down. Can come down onto that left side of the mat or over to the right side of the mat. Pushing into the floor or getting hold of the leg, we start to turn towards the rear of the room. We turn to look towards the rear of the room, and then when we're ready, we take that top arm and lift it up to the ceiling. Maybe a small bend in the knees again to remove any pain. Feel like you're clamping your upper inner thighs close together. Feel like you're twisting, so you'd feel like your left shoulder is moving back and your right shoulder moves under. Good. Palm facing the rear of the room. Good, good, good. Take another breath here. Reach up, maybe looking up. And then bring the hand into the back. Bend that knee to come out of the posture. As you turn to face forward, just take a breather. So I would just dangle yourself into the middle. Okay, I'm going to go warrior one now. So we need to take the feet wider apart. Good. With the feet wider apart, you're going to bring those arms out. No, we're not, because we're going to go warrior one. Sorry, hands go to the hips. Then we're going to turn. So as you turn around to the right, front foot pointing forward, back big toe is pointing up towards that left corner of your mat. Both feels flat on the floor. Good. Take an inhale, engage through the abdomen. Exhale, bend that front knee. And as you bend that front knee, you keep walking those front toes forward towards that front edge of your mat. See how far you can walk that front foot forward, but keep that back heel glued to the floor. Don't let the hips part. Take your right hip, bring it back an inch. Take your left hip, move it forward an inch. Good. Now take your hands and lift them up above your head. We're going to bring the palms together, mirroring the palms of the hands. Reaching the fingertips up towards the ceiling. We inhale, maybe even looking up towards our hands. And on the exhale, as you start to move the arms backwards, you feel there's a small back bend in the upper back here. We inhale, and then on the exhale, bend that front knee, bend that front knee. Take another inhale, reach the arms backwards. Exhale again, bending the front knee. One more breath, see if you can really round through the upper back, reaching the fingertips back, back, back. And then on the exhale, just bring your hands towards your hips. You're going to come onto the ball of the back foot, so lifting that back heel away from the floor. So we're in a high lunge. We can get a little bit lower maybe with the thighs. So get that knee, front knee bent and get quite low here. Good. The hands stay on the hips. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, bend your back knee till it comes down close towards the floor. And then lift it away as you inhale. Exhale, lower it back down. Inhale, lift it up. One other one. Inhaling, lowering down. Sorry, that was an exhale. Inhale, lifting up. This time we're going to lower down. And we're holding here for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then lifting that leg up. Turning to face forward. Keep the hands on the hips and then turn all the way around now to the other side. Again, front foot flat on the floor, pointing forward. Back heel flat on the floor, toe pointing up to that right corner. Draw the tummy in on your inhale, bend your front knee on your exhale. Walk your foot forward. Don't let that back heel come away from the floor. Don't let the hips start to splay apart. You're going to bring that left hip back and take that right hip forward. When you're ready, you take those hands, lift them up above the head. Bring the palms together. Reach the fingers to the ceiling and maybe move the arms back a little. Keep that front knee bending, maybe just allowing the head to move backwards so you can look up towards those hands. Push strongly into the feet. Keep reaching the arms up, and again, as you bring the palms backwards, feel like it's the upper body that's bending backwards. You're not bending from the hips. Good, take another inhale. Let's bend that knee a little bit more. Yes, one more breath here. And then on the exhale, bring those hands back down towards the hips. And again, just flip onto the ball of that back foot. Maybe you can take that lunge a little wider and a little lower. We draw the tummy in, you inhale. Exhale, bend that back knee down towards the floor. Coming back up as you inhale. Exhale, we lower. And again, inhale, you lift. Exhale, you lower. Inhale, you lift. Exhale, you lower and hold here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you lift. Turn the feet to face forward. Like to do just one more little thing before we go into wide leg forward bend. So have your toes pointing to the edges of your mat, up to the corners of your mat, the front corners. Heels are more in. Hands to the hips. Tummy in, and then we're going to go into this wide squat position. So don't feel like you're right forward on the arches of the feet. Feel like you're pushing into the outer edges of the feet. The knees, you feel like you're squeezing your knees towards the rear of the room. The tummy keeps drawing in, and you keep lowering down. Good. Feel like you're leaning up against a wall. We inhale, squeeze the knees backwards. Keep the knees squeezing backwards, but on the exhale, we lower. Inhale, draw that belly in tight. Exhale, keep going down. Again, inhale, squeeze the knees back. Exhale, go lower. One more, tummy in. Go lower, stay here. Take those arms, push against 2 imaginary walls. Inhale, push. Go lower. Again, pushing. Go lower. Third time, push. Go lower. One more, push. Go lower. We've got one more. Bring the hands above the head. Mirror the fingers. Lift your right heel from the floor. Take it down. Lift your left heel from the floor. Take it down. Lift the right. See if you can lift the left. Lower the left. Lower the right. Keep your knees wide, but bring your body so it's parallel to the mat. Take your elbows into your knees, the front of the knees, and take your hands down towards your ankles. And push your elbows against the insides of the knees. So you're pushing your knees wide and back, and the head hangs down. The bottom is still low. The lower the bottom, the more work you're doing. Good. Then bring your hands down onto the floor. As you start to straighten your legs, take your heels as wide as your big toes. So the outside edge of the foot is parallel to the outside edges of the mat. Hands under the shoulders. Take an inhale here. On the exhale, as you lower the head towards the floor, there is no tension in the neck, in the face. If there's so much tension in the back of the legs, they feel like they're going to explode, do put a small bend in the knee, bring the legs a little closer together. If not, we keep lowering the chest down, keep lowering the head down. And use the breath. Really connect to your breath here. As you exhale, take all the tension out of the hands and the wrists and the arms and the shoulders. No tension in the face. But as the top of the head lowers to the floor, feel like you're turning the pelvis upside down. Feel like the tailbone lifts up towards the ceiling. While we're here, we're going to move the head from side to side. So twisting at the neck as you turn the chin one way and then the other. And then make any movements with the head that feels good. So maybe full circles or little nods up and down. I'm just going to try and get a little bit lower. So just take an inhale, and then on the exhale, get that head close towards the floor. Really feel the backs of the legs stretching now. Maybe the elbows come down, maybe the top of the head does touch down. And then hands plant onto the floor. Walk your feet or jump your feet back together. Bring the hands to the hips, and we carefully come back up into a standing position. As we stand, we're going to take those hands and spread them wide. Try and get as much distance between the tip of the thumb and the tip of the little finger. With those wide hands, we're taking inhale, lift the arms up. The palms will touch. Take the backs together and then exhale, the arms come down. One more of these. Inhale, lifting up. Palms, backs, and exhale. And then let's come down onto the floor. So as you come down onto the mat, let's come down. Let's go onto our backs, and we're going to have our legs either bent, hip width apart, or legs out straight. Won't be too long on the floor, I don't want to get too cold. Arms by the sides. Palms are facing upwards, and your fingers, let them naturally curl in. Tuck your chin in a little more so the back of the neck is long. Make sure the feet are apart if your legs are out straight and your toes flop to the sides. Take the tongue and stick it from the roof of the mouth and place it down towards the lower palate so the tip of the tongue rests behind the front teeth. And follow that path of that breath. As you inhale through the nose, feel the abdomen lifting, filling with air. And on that exhale, listening to the sound of the breath as it passes through the back of the throat, back out of the nose. We're not trying to alter the breath too much. We're just observing its path. Don't let the teeth clench together. Make sure they are apart. And you keep your focus on the rise and fall of the tummy. So if this was a kids yoga class, we place something on to the tummy here above the belly button. We ask them to focus on that something, that toy may be moving up and down. And that's the area of focus we're taking. And then still observing this rise and fall, we're going to bring the arms above the head. So on your next inhale, lift your fingertips upwards towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, the back of the hands come down to the floor. If they don't touch the floor, don't worry. On your next inhale, lift those fingertips back up to the ceiling. And on the exhale, the hands, the palms come down to the floor either side of your legs. Inhale, fingertips lift back to the ceiling. Exhale, the arms go over the head, backs of the hands to the floor. Inhale, fingertips back up. And exhale, bring the hands back down by your sides. This time we leave the arms over the head. So on your inhale, you reach the arms to the ceiling. On the exhale, you bring the arms over the head. Take as much bend in the elbow as you need to get the backs of the hands down to the floor. Bringing that chin in just a little more so the back of the neck is even longer. And then bringing your legs together, extending your legs out straight if the knees are bent. With the feet together, I want you to point your toes down to the bottom edge of your mat. And on your next inhale, as you reach your arms up, so not up to the ceiling, but reach the fingertips away from the crown of the head, point the toes down to the floor and feel that natural arch in the spine as it lifts away from the floor. On your exhale, you let your arms and your legs flop to the side, completely relaxing. Take a couple more of these. So on an inhale, this is your morning stretch. Fingertips reach onto the floor still, but away from the head. Toes point down to the floor. Exhale like a spring, you release. And let's take one more of these. So toes point to the floor, to the bottom of the mat. Arms reach away. And then on the exhale, as you release, we're going to bring our knees in towards our chest. Take your hands to your knees and you're going to circle the knees. So you're then circling the lower back onto the mat. And then take that circle in the opposite direction. And then hugging the knees in towards the chest. On an inhale, lift your nose towards the knees. And exhale, let the head roll back down to the floor. Take your left foot to the floor, extend your right leg to the ceiling. Take hold of the back of that right leg. And you're going to gently ease that leg in towards you. Now, slightly flex the foot more than normal. So feel that that big toe comes a little bit closer to the shin. Chin is tucking in, and then with that stretch down the back of this right leg, extend your left leg out onto your mat. So your left leg is now straight. And with as much effort in that right leg coming in towards you, also take a little bit of effort into that left leg, pushing it down into the floor. Get the heel onto the floor and then see if you can get the calf muscle to touch the floor. Keep drawing that right leg in, and on an inhale, we're going to lift the nose up towards the knee. And on an exhale, you're going to roll the head back down towards the floor, bending now that right knee. Hug that right knee in towards the chest. Right hand towards the inside of that bent right knee, and help that right knee out and down to the right. So maybe the little toe will come down towards the floor. Left hand onto the left hip. A little bit of pressure on that left hip down to the floor, and a little bit of pressure on the inside of that knee down towards the floor. Now we use the right hand to help that knee back up. Then we take the left hand onto the outside of the bent knee, and as you take that knee all the way over and down to the left, extend your right arm out at shoulder distance, at shoulder height to the right, and maybe turn the head to look along the length of that arm. You're trying to get the big toe down to the floor here, but your spine all twisting. So as the knee moves one way, feel that the head is turning and looking the other way. Come back into the middle with that knee. Hug that knee in once again, and on an inhale, lift the nose up towards the knee. And exhale, roll the spine down. Take your right foot down onto the floor and lift a straight left leg up towards the ceiling. Take hold the back of that left leg, and again, you're drawing that leg in. So maybe hands to the calf or the ankle or behind the thigh, and you're trying to straighten the leg first, pull it in second. And again, just have a little bit more flex in the foot so you can really feel this in the lower back of the leg. So down over the ankle, the calf muscle, back of the knee. Then keeping that left leg where it is, extend your right leg out along the mat. And just as much effort in that right leg as well. So try and get the heel and the calf muscle down onto the floor. The big toe isn't flopping to the side. The foot feels like it's up against a wall. Keep drawing that left leg in. On an inhale, lift your nose up towards that left knee. And on the exhale, gently roll the back and head back down to the floor and bend that left knee in. Hands around that knee, hug that knee inwards towards the chest. Then we've got our left hand onto the inside of that knee, and as we take that knee out and down to the left, the right fingers again, or the right hand pushes down onto the right hip. As you lift that left knee back up, take the right hand onto the outside edge, and as you draw that knee over and down to the right, extend your left arm out to the left, turning the head to look along that left arm. Try and get the left arm close to the floor, and then you're reaching across with that left big toe to try and get that close to the floor. Come back into the middle, take hold of both knees, hug both knees in. Inhale, lift the nose up towards the knees. And exhale as you roll the head back down to the floor. Take your hands down, place them down either side of the bottom, and extend both legs up to the ceiling. You're using the thigh muscles here to reach the heels up. If you can, you take your arms up and over your head. So now, once again, the backs of the hands come towards the floor and your heels reach upwards towards the ceiling. Try and keep the lower back pinned to the floor. And then bending both knees in. Take both feet down onto the mat. Bring your hands onto your thighs. Pull your tummy in, tuck your chin in, and you're going to sit halfway up so your fingertips come to the top of your knees. Good, and then roll the way back down. 3 more of these. So rolling up, maybe use an inhale to lift up, and use an exhale to roll down. 2 more, lifting up, and rolling down, and 1 more, lifting up. And rolling down, taking 1 more spinal twist here, so both arms go out at shoulder height. We're going to lift the left foot and place it on top of the right knee, and then take the legs over and down towards the right. Breathe deeply, feel that breath moving that left side of the rib cage here. Maybe you turn the head to look towards the left arm. And then lifting both knees back up to where they started. Take your left foot to the floor. Lift your right foot, place it on top of the left knee. As the legs go over and down to the left, you turn the head to look to the right. And then back up into the middle. We're going to roll onto our right side. So if you can look at the back of the room, it doesn't matter. It's up to you if you want to swap around. But if not, extend the legs out. As you roll onto the right, prop your head in your right hand. Okay, use your left hand just in front of you to help prop. And you're going to have your feet stacked one on top of the other. We're going to lift our top leg up. So with our left leg, no, what leg's that? Yeah, left leg, we're going to lift it all the way up. And then lower it down. And again, lifting it up. And lower it down, lift it up. And lower it down. This time, you're going to take that leg forward. And then you lift it up. And again, lowering down. And again, you're lifting it up. And lowering it down. And again, lifting it up. And lower it down. Take it back. Lift both legs up. Lifting them up. And down. Second time up. And down. And the third time up. And down. Good. Then rolling on to the other side. You can either swizzle yourself around or just completely roll. As I say, it doesn't matter if you're facing the rhythm. I'm going to turn around. So again, one foot is stacked on top of the other. The head is propped into the hand and you're using your right fingertips in front of you. So now you've got that right leg, and again, you inhale, you lift it up. Exhale, you lower. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we lower. One more. Inhale, we lift. No, sorry, two more. Exhale, we lower. I've lost count. One more. Inhale, you lift. Exhale, you lower. Bring that leg forward. Inhale, lift it up. Lower it down. Lifting up. And lowering down. Two more. Up. And down. One more. Up. And down. Take it back. Both legs now. Lift up. And down. So inhale as we lift. And lower. Third time, lift. And lower. Fourth time, lift. And lower. And then roll onto the tummy. As we roll onto the tummy, we're going to take our arms, either keep them up by our chest or take them back by our legs. Head, forehead, or the cheek down towards the floor. Feel the big toes come together as the heels flop to the sides. And then lift the head, turn the head, and take the opposite ear down to the floor. And then we're going to bring both arms forward, like in a Sphinx position. The elbows push into the floor, the hands down to the floor. You feel the thighs pushing down as you look forward. Staying here, but we're going to bring a leg in. So maybe just take that left hand and cross it more diagonal, so it's a little bit more of a prop for you. And you're going to bend the right foot in. You reach back and get hold of the right ankle. Now, for some of you, the leg doesn't lift. So you can keep both hands down onto the floor and just lift that leg up. If you have got hold of it, let's see how we get on. So reach back, same hand as foot, that's it. So on an inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. Again, lifting up and lowering down. Just three. Inhale, lifting up and exhale, lower down. Keep that same foot. See if you can get hold of the top of the foot. So now move to the inside edge of the foot. Get hold of the foot and see if you can put it heel down towards the bottom. If your heel's down to the bottom, you might even bypass that and get that heel down towards the mat, onto the outside edge of the foot to keep pushing it down. Good. And then releasing. Swapping arms now. So take your right arm across, left foot in. Either just lifting that left leg away from the floor, or see if you can get hold of the ankle. So wrap it around the outside edge, that's it. And then we inhale, lift it up. Exhale, lower. Second time, inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Third time, lift it up. And lower it down. Now pull on that foot. Maybe take the hand to the inside of the foot and see if you can ease that heel down, first of all, towards the buttock. If it does, see if you can ease it down to the floor on the outside edge of that leg. Good. And stretch. Let's have a go at both. So you can either just keep your hands on the floor, take the knees slightly further apart, and you're just pulling those heels in towards the bottom, or reach back, both hands. Maybe on the outside edges, maybe on the inside edges. It's up to you. Play around and see how it feels. And you pull the heels. So we're not lifting up, we're just pulling the heels down to the bottom. If that doesn't feel that bad, try with the knees together, pulling the heels down towards the bottom. If that doesn't feel bad, try and pull the heels down either side of the legs. And then releasing the legs. Bring your hands just under your shoulders. Maybe you keep the elbows to the floor and just lift a little, or pushing into the hands. Let's just lift up here. Shoulders are low. Squeeze the glutes. Now take that weight from the outside edge of the hand and push it into the fingers. So pushing it into all the fingers and thumbs. Then elbows go out to the side, and you go lower down through the belly, through the chest, through the chin, the nose, and the forehead. Directly we push back up into all fours. So pushing the hands under the shoulders, come up into all fours. Okay, we're going to do a cat's tail here and a bit of movement with the back. So first of all, doing a cat's tail, bring your right foot right up so it's in line with that right hand. Now to use a little bit more muscle here, you can have the foot slightly lifted from the floor and you circle around, trying to squeeze it up, or if not, have the foot on the floor. So however we go, we're going to circle around 3 times. So you circle that foot all the way around and then look at it to the left. And then bring it all the way back up. Keep your eyes on your toes. Second time, all the way around. And all the way back up. And then third time, all the way around. And then all the way back up. Take that right foot, walk it in between your hands. Weight on your fingertips, lean forward. Stretching here. Maybe you want to creep the foot a little further forward. We are going to lift up. So you can keep your fingers down onto the floor or both arms lift up here. Take your thighs, push them forward. Good. Lengthen your arms, palms together. Take an inhale. Exhale. Think about that warrior one position where you move the arms back. And then bring those hands back down to the floor. Okay, now we're going to keep our left hand on the floor, pull that left foot in. Maybe we just keep pulling that heel into the bottom. Maybe we can reach back, get hold of it and ease it in. Now, you don't want the bottom back here. You want to bring the bottom as far forward as you can. And squeeze that foot in. Good. Releasing the foot. Plant your left hand down and your right hand down and take your right knee back. Moving to the other side now. So extending your left leg. Let me swap round. Extending your left leg so it's up in line with the left hand. Again, you can work with the foot slightly raised above the floor or onto the floor. We circle that leg all the way around. Look at the toe as it goes. Bring it all the way back up. Second time, trying to match a movement with the breath. And all the way back up. And one more, circling it all the way around. And then bringing it all the way back up. Walking now that left foot in between the hands. And again, taking the weight forward. Keep the fingertips onto the fingers. Maybe you move that right knee back. Maybe you walk the foot forward. But feel the stretching around the thigh area. Going to lift up. You don't have to. Keep the hands onto the floor. Or if not, take your hands and lift up. Palms together. Keep the hips moving forward. Feel like you're lifting up though. Take an inhale. Exhale again. Think of the upper back rounding backwards. And then fingertips down towards the floor. Keep that weight traveling forward, but lift that right foot from the floor and squeeze that right heel in towards the bottom. If you wish to take your left arm back to try and find that foot, so it's okay to take the bottom back to find the foot, but then you need to come forward. And you're pulling it forward, looking over that left shoulder. If not, just keep moving that foot closer to it. Oh, it's good, you're all good. Then let go of the foot, hand back to the floor. Take that left knee back with the right. Knees close together. Just take a couple of circles here with the hips one way. And then take those circles the other way. And then bottom goes back towards the heels. Keep the arms stretched forward. Forehead down to the floor. And then sliding the arms in. Take the bottom down towards the mat. And we're going to take the legs wide apart. So with the legs wide apart, big toes are upwards. Take your fingertips either side of your hips. Push into the floor with your fingertips. One, you might feel you might get a little bit wider with the legs. But two, we can inhale here. Exhale, you can push yourself forward a little. If you feel you're going to spring backwards, if you release your hands, keep your hands here. If you feel you can bring your hands forward and increase that forward fold by coming forward, then do so. Elbows work to the floor first of all. You're flexing the foot to feel that stretch in the legs. Use that steady breath to get lower. That stretch to feel nice. You increase if you want to, or ease off if you need to. As you come back up to a seated, we're going to take our right hand onto the inside of that right leg. We inhale as you look and sweep that left arm up to the ceiling, and on the exhale, you slide that right hand along the inside of the leg, and you're taking the arm over. But then feel like you're almost back bending here. Feel like you're cobra-ing, so not back bending forward, but feel like to move that shoulder and arm backwards so you can look up on the inside of that bicep up to the ceiling. Then lift both arms up to the ceiling and bring your left hand down towards the inside of the leg. Inhale again, look up, and then exhale, take that lovely side stretch over the other way. And again, feel like you're cobra in the back. And then both arms up towards the ceiling, and both hands down towards the floor. We will have one little go of Virasana. I know it's not for everyone, but for those that do Virasana, it's a nice stretch. So you can either stay, if you know coming onto your knees isn't going to work, so you can either stay cross-legged, or if not, facing one way, come onto the knees. I'm going to say sideways, lengthways on your mat, because we're going to Supta Virasana. So Virasana is where we part the feet, and you can lower the bottom down to the floor. Now, if your knees do not like this, do not push them. If you feel perfectly comfortable like this, then you can start to bring your hands to the floor behind you, maybe work to your elbows. If you still feel comfortable, you can lay all the way down to the floor and extend your arms up. There shouldn't be any pain. Any pull you feel, you can overcome with your next exhalation. That's how you can judge it. Don't stay here for too long. Or, as I say, just find yourself in a seated position. We'll be joining you in a minute. So in that Virasana, you use your breath wherever you are, even if you're on your elbows or you're still seated. Try and see that knees come closer together, not wider apart. And when you're ready, you make your way onto your elbows, then get your hands underneath you. As you push back up, maybe unfolding your feet and coming into a cross-leg position. Okay, I'm going to finish with the last few minutes with the eyes. So if you suffer from migraine, you've all done the eye work before, so you know, just for the camera. So if you suffer from migraines or travel sickness sometimes, then maybe just sit this one out, sit with the eyes closed. If you're okay to continue with some eye work, resting your hands down into a comfortable position. Sitting up as straight as you can. This is a fantastic posture just in itself. And first of all, we're just going to close the eyes. So as we open the eyes, we're going to take the eyeballs. So the head doesn't move, it's just the eyeballs that are moving. So we take the eyeballs, we look up towards the ceiling, and we circle around clockwise for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and close. The next time you open the eyes, we look up and we circle the eyes anti-clockwise. So circle for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and close. Next time we open the eyes, we're going to look left to right. So open the eyes and we look left, right, 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 one more, left, right, and close the eyes. Next time we open the eyes, we're going to blink quite fast. So we're going to open the eyes and we blink for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and close. Again, open, blink for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and close. One more, open, blink, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and close. And now we're going to open the eyes and we're going to take one hand and we're going to extend that arm forward. So we've got our focus on the finger, and then we also then take our focus onto the wall, which is beyond that finger. So we take the focus to the finger, the wall, the finger, the wall, finger, wall, finger, wall, finger, the wall. Do some more. Finger, the wall, finger, the wall, finger, the wall, 2 more, finger, the wall, 1 more, finger, the wall, and close the eyes. Bring the hand back down to the legs. You can do 1 more. So now as we open the eyes, we extend both arms forward. Keep your eyes focused onto your left finger as you take that right finger all the way out. Try and keep it in your periphery vision, and then bring the fingers back together. Now take that left finger out and bring it back in. Just do that 1 more time. So the right finger goes out to the right and you bring it back in, and then the left finger out to the left and you bring it back in, and then closing the eyes, rubbing the hands together. So I've got to have a drink. Keep rubbing your hands together, create some heat in your hands. And with your eyes closed, we're going to cup your hands over your eyes, and you open your eyes and you search to the very bottom depths of your hands. And we do that again to close the eyes, rub the hands together, get some heat here. And again, you cup the eyes, open the eyes, and again, look to the very bottom. And then releasing the hands, bringing the hands down towards the knees. Find your comfortable position. Feel that back is once again up straight. Try and take the tension away from the thighs, softness in the face. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bring the chin towards the collarbones. The back of the neck is stretched out. Come back into the middle as you inhale. And exhale, lift your chin upwards towards the ceiling. And back into the middle. Inhale. Exhale, turn your head around to the right. And to the middle. Inhale in. Exhale, move the head around to the left. And back into the middle. Take an inhale. Exhale, your right ear goes towards your right shoulder. Into the center as you inhale, and then exhaling left ear to the left shoulder. And back into the middle. Bring the hands to the sides. Take an inhale. As you lift the arms up, open the eyes, look up towards the hands. Take the backs together, and on the exhale, you circle the arms back down. Second time, inhale. Look up. Exhale, bring them down. This time, inhale, as you look to your hands, you smile. And as you exhale, you bring those hands down to the forehead and to the heart. And then we take a bow forward, just to seal the practice, thanking yourself for your practice. Thank you for your practice this morning. If you want to stay for some relaxation, put something warm on. Get comfortable, knees bent or legs out straight. So coming into your relaxation, making sure you are warm and you are comfortable. Trying to keep some symmetry in the body. And as long as the legs are apart, the feet are flopping to the sides. Keep the arms to the sides and allow your palms to curl upwards, fingers to come inwards. Tucking the chin in slightly so the back of the neck is long. Finding that softness once again over the forehead and that softness around the eyes, across the bridge of the nose. Absolutely no tension now in the cheeks and the jaw. And with the tongue resting down behind the lower teeth, the bottom teeth. Parting the teeth, listening to the sound of the breath passing over the back of the throat. And your intention for your relaxation is to soften. the bell for time to start to move the fingers and the toes. Time to start circling the wrists and the ankles. And give yourself a good stretch. And then maybe rolling onto one side or moving up into a seated position when you feel ready.